System Shock 2 was an amazing game for its time, and while it never really achieved commercial success, its spiritual successor, BioShock, did. After two BioShock games where players had the questionable pleasure of exploring the narrow corridors of Rapture, the underwater city, it's now time for us to shoot for the skies in BioShock Infinite. You are Booker DeWitt, a private investigator, or as he puts it, an independent contractor. Booker's newest job turns out to be completely different from anything he's ever done so far. At the very start of the game, he's taken to the floating city of Columbia, where he has to find and rescue Elizabeth, a young woman who's been held captive there for most of her life.
Looks like it's heading for the dock.
That will take us to Paris.
Just stay close.
Yes, Mr. DeWitt.
Call me Booker.
All right, Booker.
The goal is basically to get Elizabeth and take her to the people who have hired you, though, as you can imagine, things don't really work out that way. BioShock Infinite is a story-heavy game with a good deal of dialogue and interaction to give some meaning to your acts of violence, something which many other shooter games desperately need. One thing I like about Infinite is the completely different setting than that of its predecessors. While in BioShock 1 and 2 you had to explore and find in the claustrophobic narrow corridors of the underwater city of Rapture, what awaits you in BioShock Infinite is a large, open space set in the clouds. Thanks to the new setting as well as the lack of many purposely scary situations, BioShock Infinite will be much easier on your psyche. If you've stayed away from this title because of its survival horror nature, don't be afraid to try Infinite, because it's a completely different experience. It's still very gory, but at least it won't try to mess with your mind so much.
Open fire!
Graphically, BioShock Infinite is fantastic. Once you get to the flying city of Columbia, you'll be bombarded with some amazingly beautiful scenes. The grass, the plants, the detail on people, the slight haze and professional lighting effects, all of this will leave you grasping for breath during the first minutes of the game. When the action finally kicks off, the calm and almost heavenly-like atmosphere disappears, but you'll still run into various scenes that will make you want to just stop and stare for a while. Sound design is also excellent in BioShock Infinite. Both the effects and voice acting are absolutely epic, and while the score is not particularly memorable, it does a good job to accentuate what's going on the screen.
You can fire her now!
If the extreme horror of the BioShock series is what keeps you from trying BioShock Infinite out, fear not. This game is far more normal compared to its predecessors. Yes, the action is very gory, there's a lot of blood and even some potentially frightening moments, but it has nothing to do with the psycho setting of claustrophobic Rapture. BioShock Infinite is a beautiful game with a lot of depth to its story and characters, so if you're into this type of substantial shooters, be sure to check it out, you won't regret it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to learn more, please visit us at GamerDino.com.